Hey guys, I'm Ariana. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this beautiful, soft Valentine's Day eyeshadow look. Okay, so this is my eyes before. I don't really use eyeshadow primer or base. I just have like concealer and foundation on my eyes, which is good enough for me. So do as you please, but I'm using this Tarte palette. I will leave the name in the description box, but this came in like a set of 4 mini palettes. And this is what I decided to use. So if you have any shades like this, go ahead and use them. So I use only these 3 shades, a dark purple, a kind of like violet burgundy, and then a light pink. So the first thing that I went ahead and did was apply that really deep dark purple shade into the crease area. So I'm basically just using this really small Packer shader brush, and I'm just applying this to my crease. I'm really making sure that I'm packing on this purple consistently and evenly along the crease area. This is kind of like a soft cut crease situation. So I did kind of want to go in with a nice, bold, deep crease. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And then I also kind of winged it out at the end over there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So like I said, you kind of want to pack the shade to make sure that it is nice and consistent on the whole entire crease, because we are going to kind of add some contrast with that cut crease situation, which is why this is the technique for cut creases. That's why we do that, okay? So yeah, that's all I'm doing here. And I'm just kind of like evenly distributing, and I like to use like this really small short stubby brush to do that because I feel like it just does what I need it to do. And then I went in with a short blending brush and I'm buffing out the edge of this dark purple. So I am just kind of focusing on the edge of that dark purple, and I'm just kind of diffusing the edges to make it easier to kind of blend in the next shade. So I am kind of going in back and forth windshield wiper motions and kind of circular motions to really buff out that pigment from the outer edges of this kind of shape that I created. So this is definitely going to make it easier for me to blend in the next shade we're going to go in with, as well as kind of diffuse this and make it look nice and blended and a little bit more natural and smoky. So I'm doing the same exact thing on the other side, and I am also kind of taking that outer corner wing out a little bit further. So I always like to kind of, when I do my initial wing with my eyeshadow, I kind of make it shorter than I know that I want it, because then I like to go in with like the transition shade to kind of make it a little bit more extended. That way it doesn't look too harsh or just too crazy. So a little hack for you, okay? So next I went in with that light pink, and I'm just going over that buffed out outer edge, that blended area of pigment, just to kind of soften it up. And no, it doesn't really look like it makes too much of a difference in like the shade situation, but it really does just kind of like blur it a little bit more, so it does look much softer and much more blended. So the next thing that I went ahead and did was added a little cut crease situation. I just carved out my lid with some concealer. I initially did not want to make this like a cut crease look, but I felt like that would look really cute, and like it just, there's no other way to do this. I tried to actually apply the light pink without cutting the crease with concealer, and it just was not showing up. So I decided to go in with concealer, and I just used like the smallest amount of concealer because I didn't want this to be like a literal dramatic cut crease. I did want this to be more of like a softer look, so I added like a tad, like a small amount of concealer just to kind of get the shape going, and I really just focused most of the concealer on that like line on the lid just to get the contrast going, and I filled it in just a little bit just to make sure that the base was nice and even. Then I went ahead and started packing on that light pink shade all over the concealer. So this is kind of like a soft cut crease. I don't know if it's just basically just a cut crease. But after I went ahead and packed on that light pink shade, it kind of really didn't make a difference, but it basically just like set that concealer There we go, that's what it looks like. I then went ahead in with that first brush that I used to pack on that dark purple shade in the crease, and now I'm packing on that really pretty pink violet shade along my lash line. So this is kind of like going to be like a smoky liner type thing, and I'm just like packing it on in like no real clean way. It is supposed to look pretty smoky and like eyeshadow, but like a smoky liner, eyeshadow liner type thing. So I put that close to my lash line. So it is kind of like a thick liner as well. Then I also kind of dragged it out and kind of met the outer wing area that out that outer wing line of that cut crease line. So you definitely don't have to meet that if you don't want to, but I just feel like it looks cute on me. It's totally up to you, totally up to like the way your eye is shaped, but this is kind of like how I like to do it when I do go in with eyeshadow as eyeliner. But then I went ahead and added some of that dark purple that we put in the crease using an eyeliner or an angled brush, and I'm just kind of packing that on closest to the lash line as possible. So this is going to give us like a really nice smoky liner effect. This is just going to add a lot more depth and dimension. So this is just going to kind of really make your eyes pop, as well as kind of make some interesting looking details to the eyeliner. So it's kind of making it a little bit more smoky as well. And I also dragged it out a little bit, but not too much, just to kind of get that effect of the smoky wing, while also kind of just, you know, still being a little soft. So after I finished kind of packing that on, it wasn't even really clean either, because who's looking that hard? I just wanted to add a little bit of dimension, a little bit of depth. So you definitely don't have to be like too technical or too careful with this, but that's literally just like, you know, just swiped it on. And the last thing that I went ahead and did was kind of cleaned up the outer corner with some concealer. So when you do this, just make sure that this concealer matches whatever's going on under your eye, so you can blend it out really seamlessly. And this is just going to make sure that your eyeshadow looks nice and even and very clean, also uplift your eyes and give you a beautiful symmetrical eyeshadow look no matter what's going on both sides. So this is the finished look. I didn't do anything to my lower lash line. I really like the way that like a nice winged liner moment with a bare lower lash line looks. I feel like it really opens up your eye. But if you are going for like a really nice like sultry, dramatic date night type of look, I definitely suggest smoking out your lower lash line with those two shades and adding some liner in your waterline, because that would look super cute, super smoky and dramatic. And I also did not go in with lashes today because I just felt like this look, like I said, I wanted to keep it really like soft, so I didn't put on any lashes, but you can definitely do whatever you like. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think. If you try this out, if you do something similar, please tag me if you do decide to wear this and you take some really cute pictures. Let me know what you think of this look. I would also like to mention you can use any color combination at all as well. Doesn't have to be pinks or purples. You can do blue or green, whatever your heart desires. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!